Hey, what's up everyone? Watch this video here for Monday, October 12th. And starting off showing you the SPY, we had another gap up, another narrow range day, but it was a gap up. Usually that's not a great environment for day trading, but I had a great day. Ended up nicely green on the week after that ugly day on Monday, so super proud of that. Something I want to talk about real quick before I go into the watch list. If you check out my Twitter, and this is my handle on Twitter, at Great Stock Pick, so I just took that screenshot so you could see it. I made a video a little over 24 hours ago. I guess it was yesterday morning, so maybe 36 hours ago. I made a video talking about the transaction tax because the reason for the video is it dawned on me why so many traders, I don't know, get on me for being political on my Twitter and all this. And I'm talking about other traders, right? I just finally dawned on me that most traders, I don't care if you're a swing trader, day trader, investor, whatever, honestly don't understand what a transaction tax is. So I made a short video. It's only 2 minutes long. And I tweeted it, so you can check it out on Twitter. It says, a little transaction tax education for all you traders and investors out there. I just went through what would be probably a typical trade for most day traders. It wasn't a big expensive trade with thousands of shares, and just went through what that would cost you in taxes. And I'll just give you a follow-up right now. If they implement, instead of Kamala Harris, or however you say her name, instead of her suggestion on transaction tax, if it ends up going full Bernie if Biden were to win, if it goes full Bernie on what they want, to pay for Green New Deal and everything else, if it goes full Bernie, he wants 0.5% transaction tax. And here's where most traders fail. They don't understand. They think 0.5% is not a big deal. I can afford that. That's because most traders think that is on any profits you make. All right. So with that, I'll let you watch the video without going into detail here, because this is really a gap or a watch list for tomorrow's trading. I almost said a gap play watch list. I'll give you one example. If they implement Kamala Harris's, most people say, well, she's not going to be the president, Biden is. Well, if you think Biden's going to be making the policy, then, I can't help you, right? If you think I personally think he's going to be thinking green jello is on Tuesdays, right? That's the extent of what I think he's going to be thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But anyway, Kamala, when she was running for president against Biden and all the others, her suggestion was 0.2% transaction tax, 0.2%, right? And Bernie's is 0.5%, 0.5%, 0.5%. Okay, here's where people are. I'm going into it in more detail than I thought it would. But what that means is the entire dollar amount of your trade, right? So I think Kamala's on 1,000 share round trip in Apple right about now, roughly. I kind of want to say it was $400 and something in federal tax you'll pay for the round trip, whether you win or lose on the trade. And Bernie's, if they go with 0.5%, get this, 1,000 shares of Apple at its current price, you buy it and sell it same day, your federal tax under Bernie's idea would be $1,170 at Apple's current price. That's your federal tax. I don't care if you win on the trade or lose on the trade. This is what people don't understand about a financial transaction tax. This is also why I have people that live in the UK in my chat room every day trading the US markets, because they already did this in the UK and made their markets untradeable. I want people to be aware why I am the way I am on Twitter. Our livelihood, if you're a trader, swing trader, I don't care. If you make any kind of percentage of your income from trading, kiss it goodbye. This is way more expensive, this tax, to traders and investors than anyone that I think I found on Twitter realizes. So in about 36 hours, there's been almost 20,000 views of my video. So I feel like it's getting spread around and people are getting that aha moment. So please check it out. I've already kind of given you some details anyway, but please check it out. The video explains it. And hopefully, maybe you'll make some adjustments in your thinking if you like to trade for a living like I do, right? Or even for extra cash. All right, enough of that. What am I watching for tomorrow? Let's go into that real quick here. Excuse me. So Workhorse, very, very strong bounce on Friday. And actually, it closed pretty strong. I actually used Workhorse, a hypothetical Workhorse trade, WKHS, in the video on Twitter that I made about financial traction tech. Because, it's a $20-something stock. I figured that's a good example of a normal trade for people. Anyway, it looks like in after hours, this thing went out over 28 bucks on Friday. So it is definitely, after this getting killed here, it is definitely showing strength. May have some shorts caught. BHC had the big kind of breakout on Thursday. Quiet inside day on Friday. Looking for a possible third day play there. When you watch my videos, remember, I'm a day trader. I'm in cash every night. These are things that might give me an A+ setup intraday to trade on Monday. Big C is kind of weird because you had this massive move, then a complete round trip, and now it's just grinding up every day, right? And every other day seems like a different color. So I don't love it, but it's still kind of interesting. The most recent high was 98.73, and it got pretty close to that on Friday. A nice call by Wayne. I think it was, I can't remember now, through 95.50 or something, and it went to 98. I could be wrong about that number because it's been a whole weekend and I forgot. But anyway, it's holding up pretty well. And just the fact that about a month ago it was 160, I think that makes some traders like it a little more, right? It feels like there's more to the bounce than maybe you think. KODK, K-O-D-K, nice pop. Pretty weak close when you consider it went all the way to 1077, but it's been in a sideways mode now for a good couple of weeks, so this could have a follow-through day. Absolutely worth watching. WWR, one of the craziest stocks in the world, about a week ago, and now you got 4 red days in a row down. I'm going to put that on bounce watch. CVV seems to have found support and turned green. Had a green day on Friday. Certainly worth watching for a continuation of that bounce. It had a massive move on Wednesday. So let's see. IO, you had the big pop on Wednesday, couple lower days on declining volume. Still hasn't round trip. So if it's going to turn up, I'd certainly like to do it on Monday. SUNW, and you can tell a theme here. I'm trading. I'm focusing on the recent high flyers because that's where the money is made as a day trader. So SUNW had this gap up on Thursday, sold off Thursday, Wednesday, sold off Wednesday, sold off Thursday. Tried to mount a little bit of a rally on Friday. Ended up closing about where it opened, but I still want to keep an eye on it because it's a recent high flyer, and that whole solar space might catch a bid on Monday. AMWL, recent IPO, had a crazy nice move, right? From a low of almost 22 to almost 42, and now you got 2 red days in a row. It took out the 8-day, or kind of hitting the 8-day. Certainly worth watching for a bounce back up on Monday. PEC, just same as, think SUNW, same kind of thing, same space, everything. CBAT, CBAT, really strong move from here, $2 to $5 in about, 3 or 4 days. And now you got 4 days lower on declining volume, hitting the 8-day. Good potential turn up on Monday. VVPR, I don't know that I should have this on the list because it was so wild. 111 million shares traded. Wayne called this through 13, by the way, in pre-market, and it really never looked back. Went all the way up to 24 something without ever looking back at this 13 entry. So there's a little tip. It pays to show up in pre-market sometimes. I took that with him, by the way. It was a great call. Anyway, the fact that it kind of round tripped and ended up closing about where it opened makes me not like it, but at the same time, massive volume and certainly a strong stock when you compare where it closed on Thursday to where it closed on Friday. So as a day trader, I'm going to put that on the chart. SOL, really, really strong. Now it feels like chasing, but again, this one might, if it continues, it might light up those other solars that I talked about, PEC and I think VVPR, SUNW. So the whole space is worth watching. SOL, big strong day on Friday. I don't think it's COVID. Sorry about the cough. MARPS, never heard of this thing, but almost 7 million out of the blue on Friday. Closing well off its highs, but also closing strong enough that I'm going to put it on a chart. And then lastly, CEI, a baby oil play that had a breakout on Thursday and then kind of a quiet inside day on Friday. We'll see if we get a third day play on Monday. I'm done babbling. We'll see y'all in the chat room in the morning.